Hey everybody, hope that you're doing well. Hope that your week is getting off to a good start. Beautiful weather. I know it's supposed to, I think, even snow a little bit or sleet tomorrow, I think. So enjoy today, then enjoy. I think the end of the week is supposed to get up into the 70s. So enjoy the good weather that we do have. Hey, we are looking at John chapter 20. It's the beginning of the story of the resurrection of Jesus. We read in verse 1. Now on that first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early while it was still dark and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. And so she ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciples, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we don't know where they've laid him." But she never went in there. And so Peter and John run down there, and they both get there, and John actually sounds like he gets there first, but didn't go in, and then Peter went in, and they saw eventually that his linen cloths were folded, and Jesus was gone. And we read that for John and Peter, for as yet they didn't understand the scripture that he must rise from the dead, then the disciples went back to their homes. So what's kind of cool in this is the fact that they didn't understand means that when this is written, they're not writing this because, well, we knew this was going to happen, so we're going to fabricate it to make it happen. This was something that they didn't know was going to happen because they didn't get it. They didn't get who Jesus was. And what's interesting in this whole story is how the disciples go back home. And I would like to think that John, because of what we read before, that Jesus had said, hey, take care of my mother. My mother now becomes your mother, and you become her son, that John would have gone back to Mary and said, hey, Mary, Jesus is alive. He's not in the tomb. But they go home, and that we see in the next section, Mary Magdalene is still there. And she's weeping, and someone talks to her, and she thinks it's the gardener. And then finally, the gardener says to her, Mary, and she turns and says, Rabboni, which is teacher, rabbi, and it's Jesus. And it's interesting in how this whole story comes together, that Mary stays there. In her grief, she just stays there. She needed to be there. And that's an important part about grief, even in our own lives, of how we grieve differently. Some will go to a cemetery and go there on a daily basis and find comfort in going there. And others will never go. And neither one is wrong. It's just how we are and how we're wired. And so I think it's really cool to see how John and Peter go off and they go to the home while Mary Magdalene stays there and experiences Jesus. And then she comes back and tells them all that happened to her. So just part of the story. It's fascinating to read the story and really see how God is working, and just the different personalities as well, and how we relate to God. I think that's really a cool aspect in the Bible. So we're going to call that for today. Just have a great day. Enjoy the day. Serve Christ. Make a difference in the world for Jesus. Have a great day. Bye.